Lightweight's not this fast. Plus, I'm talking to him. I'm making him frustrated. Come on, chum. You're not no champ. Look at you. You're losing. You lost 3 rounds already. Come on, now. I hit you 4 times. It's words, man.
I mean, you gotta give it to him. The guy didn't stop talking shit the entire time. I was hitting him with everything I had. The guy was still running his mouth. So, I mean, that's Conor, I guess.
You were right. I mean, throughout that fight, he kept talking to you. What was he saying?
I'd land a giant elbow in his face and he'd say, "Is that all you got?"
He was sort of egging him on. What's my name? Because he kept calling him Cassius, Cassius, Cassius. To the press, to the media, and everybody else. And he'd go, what's my name? Pop! What's my name? Pop! You know, he'd be nailing the guy behind the conversation.
Ali continues to scream at Terrell.
Know yourself to know others. You know what I mean? That's what Bruce Lee said. You know what way you feel to know what way he feels. So I play off that. I know what way he feels. So I'll give him something to make him feel that way more. You know what I mean? Whether it's you call it mind games or whatever.
Okay, so what we're going to do in a moment is we're going to put him under a little bit of pressure. So we haven't started yet, and already his heart rate's kind of creeping up. Oh, he's quite good. So this will be no trouble, right? So he thinks he's quite good, but his heart rate's now, he's gone off the charts. So even though I'm good at this, that is a natural physiological response to a challenge. You put somebody under pressure, the physiologist, whether he wants it to happen or not. So let's see how well his brain actually functions under pressure. So let's see how good at that maths he really was. So what you do is you're going to count out loud backwards, subtracting 3s. I'm going to start you off at a certain number. I want you to take away 3, then give me the answer. Keep going, serial subtractions of 3s without making a mistake. And if you make a mistake, it's 50 quid. The mention of 50 quid, look, the heart rate's crept up here to 120, just the tension in the system. So again, I'm just talking to him, that's all that's happening. And actually, by me just talking to him, physiology chaos is kicking in, and that's going to be sending a signal from his heart to his brain that's going to be inhibiting his brain function. We'll see that. 300. Come on, faster. 286. 270. 80. 275.
Right in front. He's talking to him now. Oh, yeah. Hands at his hips.
284. 273. 286. What? 200. Well done. Give him a round of applause, everybody.
Hello! Amir Khan vs Canelo Alvarez. Let's use this fight as a metaphor. Amir Khan has pretty decent punching power. He is an inhumanly fast world-class boxer after all. But despite landing more punches on Canelo wasn't fazed. And in the end, Amir Khan was the one getting knocked out. Now, this has nothing to do with trash talk, but it does highlight the capacity between each fighter in their ability to take and deal punches. The same can be said about trash talk. Some people are simply more affected by it than others. And there could be a myriad reasons as to why, upbringing, natural aptitude, who knows. But nonetheless, it truly is a weapon for some people, if not most, as highlighted by Dr. Alan Watkins. It overloads your mind, thus pulling you out of the moment. Dustin Poirier and Jose Aldo were a perfect example of this as well.
Looking back at it now, I don't know. I wanted to hurt him. I was aggravated and mad all the time, you know.
I've never disliked somebody that much that I've ever fought.
Go through the fight in my head over and over again, and a lot of times I would find myself like being angry at him or thinking about him. I'm not fighting him who he is. I'm fighting his style of fighting and what he does in the cage.
The verbal assault before and during jabbing at their mental state, chipping away at inches in a game of inches before the real punch came crashing in. Others like Floyd Mayweather, Nate Diaz, perhaps due to their severely harsh upbringing, struggling on the streets. A world where trash talk, fear propagated verbally is just a way of life. Individuals who were hardened like them, sure, do show some negative reaction to these attacks, but they handle it much better, ensuring they don't lose sight of the moment, their game, their flow. So, like a punch, some people take it worse, and some people take that punch better. Trash talk, it's simply a tool used in a game where there are many different tools used, helping you scrape a few inches in a game of inches. Nonetheless, it is kind of like a jab that both Muhammad Ali, Conor McGregor, and even Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones, Holly Holm, and James Gallagher showed instead. If you watch these fighters, they use it to their advantage knowing it works. Consider someone who's thrown tens of thousands of jabs with sparring partners on the back, shadow boxing, and even competitively. Eventually, you just get a feel for when to throw a jab and when not to. It flows out naturally without much forethought based upon what the moment calls due to your training. That's what these athletes are doing. They are jabbing with words based upon what they feel the moment calls. If they feel a safe window to do so, they attack your mind before their hands do the same, provoking you, angering you, mentally overburdening you, and in the fraction of a moment, pop, you didn't even see the shot come in. Or maybe, in the case of Ali vs. Foreman, you don't even realize how much energy you've just wasted getting caught up in an emotional haze, recklessly unloading while the ropes absorb the shock. Rope-a-dope. Ali taunting Foreman, Foreman taking the bait, thus gassing all his energy on the ropes, inevitably left physically helpless, knocked out and end. If you understand magic or even watch Apollo Williams pickpocketing people, you realize attention is finite. Multitasking does not exist. I'll leave a source down below from the Harvard Business Review to reinforce this. And for the most part, the moment you think about something other than your opponent trying to put you to sleep, there's a good chance he might do just that. But that leads to another question. How do these athletes focus on trash talk and fighting at the same time? They aren't. Again, it's a natural expression of who they are, a derivative of their training. They throw it like a jab. They are in perfect harmony with what they already do, who they already are. They don't try to trash talk you. It is a natural emanation to the moment. When you train something enough, grind it for thousands of hours, say in the gym, or in the case of Floyd Mayweather, Nick Diaz, Muhammad Ali, Conor McGregor, grind it as a result of your upbringing, thugs harassing you on the streets, bullies, etc. You do not have to think about it. It just flows out as a result of who you've become in correlation to the moment. In that sense, these fighters are doing something natural to them whilst forcing you into a position that is not natural for you, messing up your flow. Understanding this, I'm sure you can see why this is an art form, as ugly as it may be for some people. You don't try to draw. An artist, when drawing, just draws. Trash talk is the same. And for these athletes, Muhammad Ali, Conor McGregor, Floyd, Nick Diaz, trash talk is the same. As unethical as you may see it, no one will stop it from happening. And in a world where your opponent is trying to put you to sleep, no one should. It is one of the harshest environments on the planet, the ultimate microcosm for life. And that doesn't mean you have to trash talk if you don't want to. If it's not aligned with your own ideals or values, why should you do it? Be who you are. But being conscious of it will allow you to prepare for it. Analogy. The same way Joanna Jędrzejczyk prefers striking, but is conscious of wrestling and jiu-jitsu, her awareness allows her to train sprawl and brawl to keep the fight in a world she prefers. Aside from growing up with a lot of trash talk myself, I know meditation helps. Having a firm, confident understanding of yourself makes it harder for people to tell you who you are. Owning your strengths, but just as importantly, your weaknesses, your insecurities, opposed to hiding them, because if you hide them, they trigger you. When mentioned, if you own them and accept them, they become a shield and no one can touch you. There are things you can do to make yourself more mentally strong to prepare yourself for this. Now, there's a lot I do not know. There needs to be more research done in this area. But nonetheless, as highlighted by these great fighters, verbal warfare is definitely an art form in and of itself, which, like a jab, could set you up for something bigger, something more dangerous. And to that end, even if you do not accept, I believe it's important to at least pay attention to this world, because whining about it does not change the fact that it might happen. Let that be a philosophy for not just trash talk, but life. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. It's good karma, and until next time, peace.